For over 100 years, a couple of Danish labs have been working to basically change the history of diabetes. Well, today, that company, Novo Nordisk, isn't just the world leader in insulin. It's the company behind this whole new era in treating obesity. And frankly, it's shaking up the entire pharmaceutical world. So, how on earth did they do it? Let's get into it. At the very heart of this massive transformation is a class of drugs you have almost certainly heard of by now. And believe me, they represent a huge leap forward, not just for the company, but for medicine itself. And this number says it all, 75%. An incredible 75% of Novo Nordisk's total revenue now comes from its new generation of GLP-1 drugs. Yep, that's the category that includes the famous Ozempic for diabetes and Wegovy for weight loss. We're not just talking about a successful product line here. This is a complete reinvention of the company's entire financial core. Which really brings us to the big question, right? How did a company that's been around since 1923 suddenly find itself at the center of this global health revolution? Was this just a lucky break, or was it the result of a long, calculated strategy? Well, as you've probably guessed, this boom is built on a really deep foundation of scientific breakthroughs. This isn't an overnight success story at all. It's a story that goes back decades. So let's just quickly trace that journey. It all starts way back in 1923, with them being pioneers in producing insulin. Then a huge merger in 1989 really cemented their place as a global leader. But the real game changer? That came in 2017 with the launch of Ozempic, a drug that didn't just control blood sugar, but also had cardiovascular benefits and caused weight loss. Then, boom, in 2021, they specifically targeted obesity with Wegovy, and the market just exploded. This incredible focus becomes crystal clear when you combine their old-school insulins with these new GLP-1 drugs. Altogether, they make up nearly 90% of the company's entire global revenue. I mean, that is a level of dominance in one single area that you almost never see. So, what's the strategy powering all this incredible growth? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that's driving this company forward. Their success really boils down to these three core pillars. First, a relentless, nonstop investment in scientific innovation. Second, they keep an iron grip on their entire value chain. And third, they made this brilliant strategic pivot from focusing only on diabetes to tackling the absolutely massive global market for obesity. Now, that second point, controlling the value chain, it's absolutely key. It's called vertical integration. So unlike competitors who might outsource manufacturing or packaging, Novo Nordisk controls everything from the raw chemicals all the way to assembling the final injection pens. That control is exactly how they maintain quality and protect their profit margins in over 170 countries. And get this, the innovation is not stopping. If you look at their pipeline, they are just building on this success. They've got CagriSema, a next-gen drug that's showing insane weight loss results in trials. They've got Aquili, the first ever once-a-week insulin. And on top of all that, they're using AI and machine learning to speed up the whole drug discovery process. They are definitely not resting on their laurels. But it's not all smooth sailing. Despite this incredibly powerful engine, there are some pretty significant challenges popping up on two absolutely critical fronts. You can see the pressure right here in the numbers just by looking at where the money comes from. North America, while it's still their biggest market at 47%, is facing headwinds that are causing its share to shrink. Meanwhile, Europe is growing, which is good, but look at China. It's just stalled out at only 7% of revenue, and that represents a huge challenge for future growth. So what this means is they're fighting two totally different battles at the same time. In the US, it's a political and regulatory fight. It's all about price negotiations and this potential for protectionism that could really favor their main American rival, Eli Lilly. But in China, it's a race against the clock. Their patent on the key ingredient expires in March 2026, and you better believe there is a flood of local competitors just waiting to pounce. And this quote, wow, it really drives home just how severe the problem in China is. That window isn't just closing, it's slamming shut, and it's happening way faster than anyone thought it would. This isn't a future problem, it's an immediate threat to their whole growth story. Okay, so you've got this powerful engine on one side, but you've also got these big storm clouds gathering on the other. Where does that leave the company's future? How does it all balance out? Let's put it all on the scales. On the strength side, you have their undisputed market leadership, a super powerful R&D pipeline, that incredibly efficient vertically integrated model, and just rock-solid financial discipline.
But on the other side, weighing things down are some really serious weaknesses. That heavy exposure to US politics, the patent cliff in China that's right around the corner, and just intensifying competition from all over the world.
And yet, despite all those weaknesses, this one number kind of reveals their ultimate defense, a 39% return on invested capital. Now, that is an exceptionally high figure, way above the industry average. It just shows how incredibly efficient and profitable their business model really is. This kind of financial strength gives them a really powerful cushion to work with. Which leaves us with the final defining question. For a century, science and innovation have been the answer for this company. But now, with its global dominance being challenged from all sides, can Novo Nordisk science once again be powerful enough to write the next chapter of this really remarkable story?